I cleanse you, O creature of water, that you shall be free of all the impurities inflicted upon you from your rise into matter, in the names of Natura and Divinus. Salt of the earth, I cast out all negative entities, so that you may be pure as the divine light and aid us in our purification, in the names of Natura and Divinus. I bless this temple that it will be a meeting place of love, a space free of ill connotation, a protective abode that will keep and contain that which we raise within. Wherefore do I consecrate thee in the names of Natura and Divinus. I am using the incense now. With air and fire do I prepare this space, balance, strength, and restraint. With water now. With earth and water do I prepare this space, grounding, compassion, and abundance. We will face the east. As the sun rises, the eagle soars, the process of growth begins. The seed which has rooted in the darkness now reaches for the light. Hail to the blessings of the east. May we recognize all beauty within and without. Now to the south. In the heat of the midday sun, the rushing salmon fill the rivers. The flowers fall and fruit grows. Hail to the blessings of the south. May we exert loving kindness and compassion. Face west. In the setting sun, the bear gathers her children, the fruit dies, the seed falls, and the hope of new life fills us. Hail to the blessings of the west. May we remain grounded and receptive to wisdom. Facing north. In the midnight sun, the wolf howls, the seed settles into the darkness. Hail to the blessings of the north. May we be mindful of fairness and restraint. May our spark within burn brightly, fueled by love, protected by balance, intensified by truth. As we do our work, protect us from all negative entities. Hail Divinus, hail Natura Mater. Now this temple is duly prepared. Mighty Divinus, Father of the lights and bringer of pure spirit, we invite you to be present with us. Blessed Natura, mighty Mother of us all, womb of the divine presence, we invite you to be present with us. Raising my candles, the light and the dark, the inner and the outer, above and below, we welcome this union of earth and spirit, the bride and the bridegroom. So today we are going to discuss the season of Easter and Passover. In the Jewish tradition, this is the time of year in which the Jewish people celebrate and honor their escape from slavery. They freed themselves from the slavery of the Pharaoh. They celebrate with a Seder meal. This meal is unique in that the different items on the plate represent different aspects of the plight of the Jewish people. In the Christian tradition, this is the time of year in which the death and rebirth of Jesus, who was a Jew, occurred and is celebrated and honored. His death and resurrection are seen in many different ways, but the most common way is that Jesus died for the sins of others. He was the sacrificial lamb. The sins of mankind died with Jesus, and he rose 3 days after his death. He told his apostles to spread the good news. The word gospel means good news. There was a new covenant with God. The world could rejoice. Jesus became known as the Savior because in Christian belief it is his role to take sin away from us. There are other variations also. For those of us who are not part of a Christian or Judaic belief system, the theme that runs through both these versions is actually quite similar. So we can look at the underlying theme outside of the actual traditions themselves. And that theme is liberation. Freedom from oppression, from shame, from hatred. Freedom and liberation from all that pulls us down into that inner darkness. So if we, outside of those traditions of Judaism or Christianity, want to find a way to celebrate that sort of occurrence, what do we do? How do we free ourselves? Well, first we need to understand what our true self is. We are so accustomed to identifying with our negative thoughts and negative surroundings. We have an incessant chatter going on, a mental dialogue in our head. I should clean out the gutter. Oh no, there's always so much to do. I'm tired. Why can't my husband or wife stop doing this or that all the time? Those are the petty things that go on in our head. Sometimes there's a more sinister voice. This voice tells us we're useless or stupid or ugly or many other things. So first thing, the voice that goes on inside your head is not you. Now, Eckhart Tolle says it quite well. You are not the voice inside your head. You are not your thoughts. Okay, well then, what are you? You are the awareness of those thoughts. The awareness. You are the space in between the thoughts. You are the stillness, the quiet, and you are the observer. Have you ever noticed how hard it is to not narrate and comment mentally on everything? The one, the source, most clearly communicates with us in that silence, because it is in that silence that we are truly open to receiving that presence. So how do we go about freeing our true self? How do we go about finding that silence? How do we go about liberating ourselves from that outer self that keeps us down with so much chaotic thought and negative ideas? Well, by being aware that our true higher self, our pure, direct connection to the divine, exists at all times. It's always present, but sometimes it gets lost in the noise and confusion of our constant internal chatter. Try this sometime. Find a tree, any tree, sit or stand if you're comfortable doing so, and observe. Don't use words to describe what you're seeing. Try not to allow your brain to say things like, oh, what curvy branches, what rough bark. Nothing. Just observe it. Just be in that presence of that tree. Try to turn off the internal commentary. Just be aware. It's an amazing thing, really. There's so many things in the world that we are not aware of because we're so quick to just associate it with its name or label that it has, that we forget to really look at it. And it's in that space when we're looking and just observing and just being present. It's in that space that we really allow our true self to come through. So that is a way to celebrate the liberation of yourself. Practice this awareness without commentary often. It's just amazing how insistent our little self is at labeling everything and identifying absolutely everything. This practice of observance without commentary is a wonderful way to help liberate your true self. So that is my little contribution to a non-denominational celebration of this time of year. And we will finish us off with our closing. And we will face east. May we depart today with an awareness of the beauty in the world around us. May we depart today remembering to share love and compassion with those we encounter. Facing south. Facing west. May we depart today grounded and receptive to wisdom. Facing north. May we depart today mindful of our need to practice fair judgment. To the one, may we continue to realize the perfection of divinity which lies within all. Help us to walk gently upon the earth and love each other, knowing that we are each connected to one another and to the source. We are united by the divine spark. Let us also realize the obtainable balance of perfect unity between ourselves and our spirit.